Ladies and gentlemen, we've got another one. Performative male VTubers are very interesting, I must admit. They are trying to appeal to an audience that hates them. I think that's very interesting. Male VTuber calls for more hatred towards men. Gets exposed as a performative hypocrite. Yeah, this doesn't surprise me. There's many performative male VTubers, and the only reason they're doing this, by the way, is for money, for female validation, for a obviously female audience, because, well, you can gather if you do it right, you can gather quite a few sims around yourself, right? That does work. This is a ref video. We'll go in. It is very interesting. This doesn't surprise me though at all. Yeah, we'll just hop in. I really wonder. Emergency react, as usual. You get the idea, huh? Let's see. This can't be good in any way, shape, or form, but we'll see.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So it must be a day that ends in Y because we have another performative virtue signaling stunt from a VTuber who's desperate for attention. Today, we're talking about this account, Kirio, who's the indie account of the former Niji-sanji talent.
That does not surprise me that man is like that. Remember, Niji-sanji also employs literal racists, so at this point, I don't question anything. It is not surprising. The only one who's shocked is Kaya, but we aren't.
Hex Haywire, if you know that name. This account is filled with nothing but virtue signaling. Pretty much, they moved on from Niji-sanji, went back to their personal account, and just said, hey, I'm going to do nothing but virtue signaling. And honestly, the account is very parasocial as well. It's not just like, oh, we're trying to have a close...
Oh boy, what are we getting into here? What are we getting into? But again, it's a former Niji VTuber. I'm not surprised. Oh god, what could this be, right?
Community here. It's filled with nothing but thirst trapping, love bomb.
That does not surprise me. It does not. This is the usual thing. See, he may have left Niji-sanji, but he's still occupying or using Niji-sanji techniques. Very interesting. Okay. Let me get this straight. This dude is essentially just a male VTuber, that's it. And that's why he's doing it, right? Because he can feed more into delusions of lonely women. Interesting.
Of fans, as well as him randomly saying super concerning stuff about his mental health or his well-being that riles up those very parasocial people into a frenzy. But today we're looking at the latest performative stunt, one that has been absolutely backfiring because of his hypocrisy and, quite frankly, just the pathetic nature of being a self-hating man. So he said this.
We're not hating men enough. There's 2,000 people liking this. Almost 2,000. Of course, Neven just like popping up everywhere in every ref video recently. I really find that interesting.
We're not hating men enough. Even George Floyd, Kirio? Yeah, that is a sort of meme that people...
George Floyd. It is just anything. Here, interesting. It's like funny that we don't hate men enough, but I've seen a little twist recently. I've seen a little turn recently overall, which is that there's women out there and men who start calling women losers, and I find that very interesting. It's like giving them their own medicine. It's like we're not hating men enough. You are a man. I guess there's no problem if I call you anything bad, right? Because, you know, you are a man. Oh, but not him, right? He's one of the good guys. Ladies, he is not a good guy. He is farming you. He is using you. He doesn't actually believe in the things he says. He's just farming you for likes, comments, views. Do not fall for this. It's the female equivalent to some of the female VTubers who only say positive stuff about men when it suits them. Do not fall for this. This is bait. It just is. Be careful.
People have always done to posts similar to this. The one example I'm thinking of right now, someone said that in response, and the original poster said, "Ugh, you're disgusting, you're blocked. Well, that's a natural extension of this sort of logic. If you're going to say, we're not hating men enough, you're talking about all men. And that includes you too, which is absolutely ridiculous. When it comes to these sorts of posts, these self-deprecating, self-hating...
I'm gonna say this. This has been taught to him by his mother. I'm gonna say this. Men that hate themselves usually, right? Men that say that they hate other men and that they hate, like, obviously themselves with that. Usually their mother is the reason why they are the way they are. Do not be fooled. A bad mother can ruin a man. Quite easily, actually. I think this might be here the case. It might be.
Posts, I can't think of anything more pathetic. I think it's incredibly pathetic to either be brainwashed into hating yourself or to pretend to hate yourself for the sake of virtue signaling, especially when it comes to parts of your identity that you were born with. For example, a self-hating man or a self-hating white person, and so on and so forth with...
Yep, but those are usually women. The self-hating white people are usually white liberal women. They usually do that.
Related examples. This is really performative and ridiculous. I mean, this is the same energy as those guys in college who LARP as feminists because they believe in their hearts that it'll increase their chance of getting with women.
Yep. Those still exist, by the way. They still exist. It's the breeding ground for all of this. I know many of I'm gonna say this. If you really want to fight against misandry, you need to start with TikTok. It is the breeding ground for misandry. It literally is. It's the breeding ground for it's like, while Reddit is like the hub of like leftists, right? Like the global plaza, the whatever you want to call it, right? TikTok is the breeding ground for misandry. It literally is. There will be performative men out there making content, like, for example, saying that women's hormones make them the way they are, right? Right? Women's hormones make women more, feral, whatever. I can't say the word, horny, than, men. And I'm like, that is not true, right? And then it was used as an argument as like, oh, men can't control themselves, even though women have, are hornier. And it's like, that's not true. That's not true. Women's hormones are not higher than men's during ovulation. Not even close. They're higher, but they're not higher than men's. What are we talking about? Or like, oh, there's men out there that cheat. And I'm like, yeah, but you do know that, especially young creators, and like, you do know that young women cheat more, right? It's like 51 versus, for women versus like 49, and then it turns, like, it's like all this, double standards, false information, misinformation, all of that spawns on TikTok. Just saying, all of this weird stuff originates from there and then slowly squeezes over into other and like flows into other spaces. It's like really weird.
This is the same thing, just repackaged in the VTubing scene where this guy's like, hey ladies out there, I'm not like these other guys. I hate them. So can I get a crumb?
It's like, I'm not like these other men, man. Right? Those are they. They're that. Those are they? Bro, I'm so cooked. It's morning. They're that, right? They are I'm like other men, right? Like the male equivalent to, I'm like other girls. I'm a gamer. I love playing with my Xbox while holding a PS3 controller.
A small crumb, please. Like, this is so transparent. Anybody who's looking at this, who's not desperately simping for someone like this, or is not a misandrist or a self-hating performative man, they see through this crap, okay? It's actually pathetic. And the quotes, we're looking at this saying, performative male. Comments like this were the ones that radicalize an entire generation in the direction opposite to yours. This one saying he sounds desperate for action. Agree speaking with toxic feminist won't get you laid. Dang, a self-hating man so insecure he has to appeal to low IQ misandrists. Just because you have low self-esteem doesn't mean you should hate those around you. Does your dad count? Saying that as if misandry isn't a daily occurrence on this app, which it very much is. Now, let's.
Yeah, it's just so stupid. It's just so stupid. Okay. So men are ending themselves much more than women. Men are ending up homeless much more than women. Men end up incarcerated much more than women. Men getting punished for the same crimes harder than women. Job opportunities get worse and worse for men. They drop out of school more often. Let's hate them even more, right? Because it's not like infrastructure and everything you use is maintained by men. YouTube is likely maintained by men. You use that. Twitch is likely maintained by men. You use that. Your internet is likely likely maintained by men. Your Twitter is likely maintained by men. You're using everything. Like, if you genuinely hate men, you need to stop consequently using everything that is in some way, shape, or form maintained by men. Your PC goes out of the window. You go out of the window. Give away your house. It was built by men, right? They hate men until it is inconvenient. Then it's totally fine. Then they're like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. Fuck off.
Let's move on to some recent posts that show his hypocrisy. Only a few months ago, or actually pretty much a month to the day, he said people on this site are getting way too comfy with being unkind. Wow, you know what? You want to know what unkindness looks like? It's right here. We're not hating men enough. That is unkindness. But of course, a month later, I guess that standard doesn't really hold up anymore. In fact, if you just keyword search,
he's fine. He's fine. What the fuck is wrong with him? The male VTuber sphere suffers because there are men in it. I find that very funny because the female VTuber sphere is much worse. Constant drama, constant fighting, constant sex pesting. It's just really funny, right? And let's not be diluted, right? The idea that male VTubers are overall more sex pests. I've encountered way more female sex pests than anything else. I've encountered way more female sex pests who are sex pests to other women. Don't be fooled. This is a false narrative that is being portrayed. It's just that if a man does it in a female-controlled space, it just seems bigger than it actually is. It is not. We're just much more tolerant towards the weird shit women are pulling off in this space. It's just very interesting. Do not be fooled. Your favorite female VTuber might be a weirdo.
Men on this guy's account, it is a horror show. Just pathetic. The male VTuber sphere suffers because there are men in it. So quit. You're a man. You're saying all men here. You quit. Make the scene a better place. Go by your own logic. I hate men. Men can be so handsome. I wish they were good people. Why is it so difficult for men to be emotionally available and honest with their feelings gently? Why bear that weight?
Isn't it obvious? You're a man, isn't it obvious? Have you looked at your mother? Did you grow up with a mother? I'm assuming probably single mother, because that's where that hate probably comes from. Do you grow up with sisters? Have you ever been in a relationship? Have you ever been in a shitty relationship? Have you ever been with a woman that, if you open up, she starts to panic and cry. So you have to coddle her because she was confronted with your emotions. Have you ever met somebody who uses your emotions against you? Your feelings. See, you can say men be more emotionally available, but that only works with the right person. The problem is that those are few in between. I do honestly not believe that women are more emotionally mature. I do honestly not believe that women are more open and honest. I do not believe that when it comes to their feelings. I do not. Oftentimes they do not even know what they're feeling. They're feeling something, that's for sure, but oftentimes not really. I do also not believe that women are more empathetic. I do not believe that. It's a case-by-case situation how you grew up. Not gonna lie. I do not believe that. I think it's a psyop. I do. Sorry, I do. This will rile up some people, but I think it's a psyop. I do not believe that. I do not believe it because when I look at, like, women today, their disdain for not just men, but other women, makes me believe that they are definitely not as emotionally available as they may seem. In fact, they are even worse communicators. So no, I do not agree with that. I do not. It's simple. It's simple. You're projecting yourself onto others.
I get angry whenever women say they don't listen to the opinions of men because I started not listening to men's opinions first. Manipulative men are the worst people anyway. Live on Twitch, deleting all my socials and crying if you don't come. Dude, you should have followed through on that promise because it is a slot factory, okay? There's a reason why you don't feel like you're enough. I'm not trying to be mean here, but when you're self-deprecating, you are hating on your own identity you were born with, of course you're going to be miserable. And again, like with the parasocial aspect I brought up, like we're not even getting into the tweets where he's talking about like offing himself and stuff like that. Like this is the type of stuff that riles up these people. Like it's a very intentional effort to generate an emotional response out of.
It's really just to farm women. That's what it is. It really just is to farm women. That's what it is. Again, ladies, this man is trying to trick you. That's all it is. Do not trust him. Nobody who ever proclaims to be a good guy is oftentimes a good guy. Almost nobody is, right? Do not fall for the fact that somebody who proclaims that they're like on your side. Be careful.
People who feel very invested in what he's doing and what they believe is him as a person, right? But of course, there's one thing I want to point out here because it happens every single time. You look at the account, right? It has the blue check mark, okay? Now, some people are looking at the posts about hating men. They're like, is this engagement bait? Is this legit?
It might be. It might be. It might be engagement bait. It might be. It very much might be. It is. It very much is. It must be. He is just farming women for monies. Do not fall for him.
Legitimate belief, or is this virtue signaling to try to impress people that he wants to cater to? I don't know, but there's definitely a mix in my opinion. And it's always funny, all the virtue signalers, all these people, they always have a blue check mark, which means they're paying Twitter and as a consequence, Elon Musk to have this badge so they can make money through their tweets. Okay.
So you hate men, but you pay a man. That's very, very interesting. It's very interesting. Are you also avoiding male cashiers, doctors? It's like this man hate. Like, if you want to be consistent, you'd have to avoid every and all men. Every single one. Including, but not limited to, even family. But you won't do that because you're just there to farm. I hate these people. I despise them. Right? Like, I despise them less if they were consistent, but this fool, this moron, isn't even this imbecile isn't even consistent.
Okay, and this guy has made it very obvious. He said right here, literally a week and a half ago, please make this tweet go viral. I want to see how much Twitter pays. Not that long ago, there was a big trend, even in the VTubing scene, where people were being called transphobic for having a Twitter blue badge because people said Elon Musk in their eyes is a transphobe, and if you buy Twitter blue, you're financially supporting a transphobe, therefore you're transphobic yourself. It's just like with J.K. Rowling, okay? People will call you a transphobe for buying her books or buying Hogwarts Legacy because they believe supporting her in any tangible sort of way, even supporting the IP she owns, is somehow going to make you a transphobe. And I see this with all these people who constantly virtue signal about everything.
Oh no. Anyways.
They're always blue check marks. It's almost without fail. But yeah, this guy, I'm glad he left Niji Sanji to pursue his true efforts, and that is to hate on men, and as a very logical consequence, hate on himself. It's just really obnoxious. There's so much virtue signaling in the VTubing scene, and there's nothing to get out of this. By the way, talking about the engagement bait and the farming ad revenue on Twitter, the ad revenue rates on Twitter are abysmal. This tweet right here probably generated like 15 cents. Like, you have to like literally.
Yeah, every tweet has to be like a literal banger. Like every tweet. It's also like, right, it got hit by a community note. It probably definitely certainly got hit by a community note now. And people will pay more attention and hit it more often with community notes, where to the point where like the money doesn't really do anything. It's also that again, you'd have to consistently hit bangers, right? Like real bangers. I mean, apparently Twitter has increased its payout, but still.
Really just be like throwing tweets out 24/7, going viral constantly, just to even make something that's even considered worth your while. But this guy is doing it for pennies on the dollar, just to show how much of a self-hating man he is, to either engagement bait, farm his fan base, or to virtue signal for the worst people you can pretty much find on Twitter, who seal clap at anything that attacks men. It's just pathetic behavior, self-hating, ugh, disgusting stuff. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below.
I'm going to say this, guys and girls, do not simp for people that hate you. That's all I'm going to say. Do not simp for men and women that hate you. Do not simp for men and women that hate themselves. Do not do that. They are miserable people. Do not fall for it. Do not do it. That's all I'm gonna say. I hate performative people. I really do. Performative men, performative women. I really don't like them. Holy God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's just okay. Okay. Just for the record, you should delete his account. You know, he's the man. Delete your account and your Twitter and your Twitter, your Twitch, your YouTube, whatever you have. Delete it. Delete all of it, even your Pinterest. Right? You make every space worse that you're in because you're a man. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing, and do not fall for this shit. Thank you.